not switch seats? Wind seems to be blowing nicely this way.
It is fine. All right, we are back live
We are?
again. Yeah,
How do you know?
because it says live on the top.
Oh my God, your screen is really dirty. You need to clean things. Oh, let's get on that, huh?
Yes.
I'm sure nobody wants to hear that.
Right. No, they just want to hear about the draft, Krusty.
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't want to hear about the draft?
So we have day 2. A little bit more exciting because Chicago Blackhawks get to pick players, which is always a good time.
Sure is.
Always a good time for some picks. So.
Oh, do I need my computer?
No.
You sure?
We got it with our brain. So
I don't have it with my brain. Okay.
We were set to pick 34 and 37. Katie made a switch to flip, so he had back-to-back ones. So they picked 34 and 35. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Changing the layout. It's a little.
Are you changing the layout?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a little crazy. It is a little crazy. But that's okay. Just messing around. Ignore us, friends. But yeah, so we ended up picking 34 and 35. We got the Xavier Villeneuve with the 34th pick, defenseman out of the Q League. A lot of people expected him to go at some point in the first round, kind of 20s to the end. I don't think he was expected any higher than that. Looks like a lot of ups, a little bit of a swing for the fences, not a ton. But yeah, it's a little bit of a concern. It will be interesting to see him have a year, how he does at BU, because college is definitely going to be a step up from playing in the Q League. I'm always a little concerned with just drafting defensemen out of the Q League. Not that it's bad. Of course, there's plenty of talented players that come out of the Q League. Big fan of the Q League. But
a little bit more offensive.
A little bit more offensive. And we have a lot of guys who are offensive. And so
like offensive with their language or
with their
skill set is
or
more offensive.
In quotations, offensive. So I know a lot of people are pretty high on this pick. It's a we'll see for me. I'm not 100% convinced. I think there's definitely people that I'd rather see at the 34 pick, but it's also not a complete swing for the fences, head scratcher. I understand the appeal. I just don't know how necessarily he falls in with our other offensively skilled defensemen that have come up in recent draft years.
Well, I mean, first off, number one, you shouldn't be caring about how they fit in. We just look at the player and you see where they're going to be at or in 2 or 3 years from now, especially anybody once we start talking past the second round. So with that being said, yeah, a lot of defensive fleas, warts, whatever, you want to use.
We have a comment.
Uh-oh.
From a Mr. Cashman. Says your sideburns need a little work.
They do not. Well, person who was on there, Matthew Cashman, you do need to understand that this haircut and these sideburns are the product of the hockey princess. So, she did a really good job. Yeah, maybe I need to maintain them a little bit more.
I can trim them down.
Okay, well, we'll get her to work on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now that's too funny. I don't know how much I like it when people are watching me. Okay, getting back to hockey. This is a pick that you're basically looking at him. He was projected probably the second best offensive defenseman in the draft,
Right.
with a lot of defensive fleas, warts, whatever you want to call them. So for him,
It's not even really fleas. I just think you grew up in a system that doesn't prioritize defense.
well, right. So he gets suspended at least 2 years at BU.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. So you don't care what he looks like as far as the rest of your defensive core.
No.
If he progresses nicely at BU, okay. You can start using the other people as trade chips or use him as a trade chip. I like swinging for the fences once we get into the second round. I'm not a big fan of doing it with like the number 7 pick. But once we start talking the second round,
happened.
And Kyle's really good at he likes people who drop. So again, I am sure they I'm sure they had their eye on Rogowski too, who went right before with the first.
I was
pick in
just
the
hoping
second.
for Sherbakov.
And
I
you
need
didn't
a
get
little
him.
bit more size because that's the thing. Villeneuve is a tiny kid. I need size. He looks small. Like, I understand that he's listed at 5'11". He looks small. Granted, I'm hoping after, like you said, after 2 years at BU, that he won't look as small, but I need size. I need size at all times.
I understand that, but didn't BU just have a defenseman that didn't have a lot of size?
So we're comparing Villeneuve to Lane Hudson.
I'm just saying it's the new cool thing. Is the smaller defenseman going to be an ankle breaker? Going to really be able to handle things for you?
Yeah.
So what happens if he pans out? It's great. If
he pans out, it's great. I want size.
Oh.
I want size at all times.
I don't know what to tell you, Hockey Princess.
I got tiny forwards.
Don't get yourself too concerned with that. You know?
I got tiny forwards, no size up front. I've got limited size in the back. I need size at all times.
I've been trying to tell people forever. Size doesn't matter, Hockey Princess, okay? Ew. Thanks for setting me up that one. Okay.
Didn't.
Yeah, you just kept on talking. You had to know it was coming sooner or later.
Anyway. Next pick, we got a back-to-back with Ryan Rohrbeck out of the OHL. This one, he fell quite a bit this year. I remember kind of peaking very early on with the draft standings, and he was ranked fairly high. I want to say top 15 in the first. I like the size.
Oh, so now you have the size.
I have the
size. Now what don't you like?
There's a constant comment that there's a work ethic problem.
There is.
And I don't know if that's something that's going to be flushed out when you have a paycheck, and it's a work ethic problem because you're in the middle of nowhere, Canada, and there's just something going on. And, once there's a paycheck that can be flushed out, that can be worked out, who knows if that's a continuous thing. That's just one thing that I really don't like to hear, is that there's a work ethic issue coming into a team that has not learned how to buy in yet.
Right, but he won't be with this team for a little bit, correct?
Correct.
So I don't know where he is going. I don't think I have that. You have any idea where he's going, or do I need to grab my computer?
I believe he's staying in the L, but
I believe you are correct.
We're going to double check.
So, but again, we're talking second round now. Somebody who probably mid-season,
but the size is fantastic,
started his decline.
Oh, but is playing for the Guelph.
The Guelph?
Yeah.
What's the Guelph? Where is the Guelph? Do you know where the Guelph's at?
In Ontario.
Okay.
I do know because their stadium is now famous because that's where Heated Rivalry gets filmed.
Oh, good grief. Wow.
So it's in the O.
Okay. But yes, it's a huge red flag with the work ethic. I hear doesn't want to go to the greasy areas. Just kind of taking a shift off here or there. Yes, it's nothing you want to.
Nothing that I like to hear, but you figure, again, like you said, he's not going to be coming up to this team immediately. And maybe this is just something that gets worked out. I mean, who knows? With all of the constant noise that we heard about Sasha in Boston. Like, you don't know if there's something else going on, and that's why mentally, or why you look a bit checked out. If there's something on it, we don't know, and it's not our business to know. I think it's Kyle's business to know if it's a situational thing, or if if it's a potentially long term. This is just how it is, but we don't know what's the situation.
Correct. But again, as I would like to always point out, especially for the NHL, this draft, these are kids.
Yeah.
So this is a work ethic thing. Do you think he could turn it around? Well, sure he could. Now that, if Mr. Cashman is still watching, I can look back to when I was 19. Oh boy, there wasn't any work ethic. So what do you hope for? It doesn't happen as much in hockey as it does in other sports, but maybe the fact that you were looking to be a top 20 pick at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And you just figure, hey, I can just kind of skate through things. Now you've fallen to, almost 40. Does that give you a big kick in the tail? Do you get that little chip on your shoulder? I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Everybody passed on me. The thing about the NHL, the thing about hockey is everybody's got talent.
Yeah.
If you can't show up every shift, and especially if you cannot show up at the rink for practice and in the gym, you're all going to be left behind.
Yeah.
That's the one. You stagnate, you're lost. So hopefully for him, he gets that. That's a bigger body. So
yeah, I like his game. That's just something, and I don't even think that's necessarily a him thing that I have the concern with. It kind of is, but it's more of we haven't learned how to fix our social environment issues at the big club level. So bringing in potentially kids who also have work ethic or attitude or whatever, it concerns me, but again, not completely.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be completely concerned with it. Again, as far as you're doing a lot of projecting there, Hockey Princess, and
listen, it just takes one time for Artie to get hit and nobody goes to defend him for me to be concerned that there's a locker room issue.
Well, there is, but again, it's hard to have a complete together locker room when you're this bad. It just,
I know,
you get through 3/4 of the season and you figure, why the heck do I got to skate out and get my ass kicked because somebody else is doing, and you just lose interest. So let's see where they're at. Again, he's another one. It'll be 3 years.
Yeah. Which I think is completely fine.
And then if you still have a locker room problem, you're going to have a complete team problem to begin with. We'll see where this young leadership core goes, especially next year. We love the size. We love the skill set. We're seeing a good kick in the ass, and I'm saying he's young enough to get a good kick in the ass from somebody. Sure. Where is he at the Gulf? If I need to go up there, up to the Gulf. The Gulf, and give him a swift kick in the ass,
Yeah, do you want to see where Guelph is?
Yes, I'd like to see where Guelph is. And can you just imagine the 5'7" guy giving a swift kick in the ass to somebody who's 6'3"? Oh, it makes me giggle. So, and then...
So, here's Toronto.
Yeah.
Guelph is right outside.
Oh, I can handle that.
Next time Brantford, Kitchener, Guelph, they're all right there.
Yeah, they're all right there. Next time I'm, in Toronto, I'll go check them out. Or, he can come down to Boston next month and come see me in Boston and we can have it all out,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, speaking for a kid that is going to play in Massachusetts next year, we have the next pick in the draft. There's a little bit of a wait because 45 went to Buffalo and then went to Anaheim. And there's a reason that I'm wearing the good old Tomarutu shirt, friends. Because if you want to win, you got to get a fin.
Oh, oh, that was funny. Look at that. You rhymed.
I cannot take credit
You got okay.
This has been the general reaction of the Washington Capitals fan base drafting Oliver Suvanto last night is if you want to win, you got to get a Finn. But also, the statement still applies to the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago Blackhawks take Samu Alulari with the 66th pick. He is a defenseman set to play at UMass Amherst next year, which is also where Nestrasil will be going for his sophomore year. So it'll be very interesting to see prospects on the same team. Guys, I love this. I finally got my Finn. This is all I wanted for the draft. Actually, 34 and 35 don't matter to me. I mean, love to have them. But we have a Finn. And you always need one. I think a solid pick. It'll be interesting to see how he does when he jumps to the collegiate level. I believe he is. Is he right-handed too?
I believe he is. Lefty? That's a really good question. Right shot defenseman. More of a solid, just flat out player, kind of like in the EDM mold.
Yeah.
6'2", but not overly physical, but not timid either. Nothing that jumps out at you.
Which is honestly why I kind of like it.
Well, yeah, more of a shutdown guy, after the screaming and yelling after the first selection in the second round, there was a lot of reaction kind of the same way you did. Okay, I've got another defenseman that can't play defense.
Yeah.
Isn't that the point of the position? This guy can play defense.
Well, and especially I think I would be less panicked. And granted, is Villeneuve going to play next year in Chicago? No. But with the Bo Byram acquisition, at least I was under the assumption of we're not going out and getting another offensive defenseman when we have other things, other types of players that we need to go after because we don't have as much in the pipeline. I think that was kind of just my assumption of, okay, we have Byram. We're not good, obviously, but we're good to hang tight for right now and work on other priorities.
Yeah. And again, now you're putting in pieces that you're looking to turn pro in a couple more years. We're restocking stuff. We're restocking, with the thought process of someday Rockford will be good again. And people will spend a little bit more time on the Rock and have it together a little bit more.
Yeah.
So those are our picks. Did you want to talk at all about the feel-good story of the second round?
It's twins, guys. It's twins. Somebody posted, I can't wait to just get video footage of Malkin in a room with these twins. And somebody else said that their goal song should be the Wu-Tang Clan, the Ruckus. There's some sort of ruckus song, and
okay,
sure, love it.
For all our Wu-Tang Clan fans out there, if you could give us exactly what song that was.
You kind of figured that they were going to go together, or at least I think that's what everybody was hoping. So be great for them, great for the family. I'm curious to see, in the future, what the roster looks like for Pittsburgh with the two of them and kind of who they fit around. They will go back to Medicine Hat for another year, and then they are committed to Nodak the year following. So they're at least 2 years out as of right now.
Yeah, but no, that's one of those feel-good. You were wondering.
And Krusty loves a feel-good story, guys.
I just love the fluff. But you were kind of hoping, what? It had about 6 picks to go before it came back around to Pittsburgh. And I don't know, if you're those last couple teams, do you really want to break that up they were very, as much as the Corrales kid was animate, he did not want to go to a big city.
I do not want to play for the New York Rangers.
These twins have had mom and dad campaigning for the last 4 days of how they really can't be split up. They've only spent 4 hours apart in their lives. They can't do anything without each other.
Like
date night?
No.
Well, that's my question. Do they have to have like identical twins that they were to date?
Like, say, like the development process past Nodak. Like, what if one's in Scranton and one's up at the big club? Do you have to keep them up at the same?
Yes, this is the Sedins. Yes, I think they come as a package. And again,
I think this is great for Pittsburgh, just in general. I think this is definitely as the old guard comes to an end, this is certainly a fluff piece for the new generation.
It's a hype. It's a story. Anybody who remembers the Sedin brothers, everybody basically said, and these twins were kind of cast in the same light. They're the yin to the yang. They always know where the other one is on the ice.
Yeah.
And so it adds to their appeal. Split up, it would be worse. So, no, I see them, that projection just going at some point in time, hopefully in the next 10 years, Sid's going to retire. This team is going to go down a different path. And as you stated, it's a good story for the next path.
You're going to have Benjamin Kendall centering the Ruckus.
You are not.
Come on.
The Ruckus is, one of them's maybe 6 foot, and the other identical, I think, is an inch smaller.
They're both 6 foot.
So Kendall's...
Benjamin Kendall centering the Ruckus.
Kendall's like 5'9", 5'10", isn't he? No way.
Actually 5'9".
Yeah, so that's not going to happen, but maybe they could get some other big behemoth to play in between them and just say, okay, you have to go to this certain part of the ice, and we'll take care of all the rest of it.
Just be big and stand there.
Yes, be big and stand there. So, anything else that kind of jumped out at you as far as like the second round? I know you wanted the Shilov who went to Colorado.
Yeah.
For me, there was nobody else that I was really looking for. I was also looking for the Shilov. I was in on the
Villeneuve.
Yes.
Bill.
Neuve.
Yeah.
Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'll just forget it in another hour, and then I'll just be doing the same thing.
I'd really like to.
That's why everybody gets a nickname.
I'd really like to thank Formula One for helping me with my French pronunciations.
I'd really like my time in Montreal that helped me with my French pronunciations. It was a fuck you. Something like that. Oh, now we have to like erase our show, don't we? Oh,
no, it's fine.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to talk about? Did you want to go over the Robo stuff now some more? Any other rumors that are out there that you want to tease before our next show? I believe it.
We have Brandon Carlo going to the St. Louis Blues for 2/3. Was the only bigger trade of day two.
Would that be far. That Brandon Carlo that they paid a first round draft pick for?
Fraser Mitten.
Yeah. Oops. Another Toronto oops.
Big oops, because Fraser Mitten is a stud of a player. Yeah, I really don't have anything. I think the Robo one we have talked a good amount.
We're not going to talk about it anymore. We need to talk about it.
You want to talk about it more?
Yeah.
Robo, come to Chicago, please. Give you all the money. We'll rename Ashland Avenue to Robertson Avenue.
All right.
I'll give you all of the money.
Just remember, it's where you were drafted. We saw you on draft day. Yes. You looked like such a child.
They're all children.
And you can come home to, he still looks like a child.
They all look like children.
So, but basically, Friedman was on also, and it looks like the game plan for Dallas is they don't. I don't think there's too much of an intention to have him play this year. So, what is going to happen with him? They will qualify him, which means he gets an offer sheet of, I think it's like the high nines. They got to add 10% to his salary for a qualifying
Right.
offer. Then they can continue to negotiate, but a long term is not coming. So now there's two options. Either a team offer sheets him. The offer sheet would mean 4 first rounders in the next 4 years. They have to
Done.
have their first
Done.
rounders, and you're going to give them up for the offer sheet if Robertson signs it. I think Robertson has it dealt in that he's only going to like 2 or 3 teams.
And Chicago's one of them.
I do believe Chicago is one of them.
He believes.
I believe.
Guys, he believes.
But I believe the other part that
we have 3 in 2027, 1 in 2028, and 1 in 2029. Guys, so we don't even have to give up all 3 for next year. You can do 2 and 2 and still keep 1 for 2027.
you can't. No, you have to.
You have to give up 4 in the next.
You have to give
4.
your own picks.
Oh,
They're all your own. That's why occasionally when you see offer sheets, all of a sudden a team will get their 3rd rounder back. It's because those all have to be their own picks. They can't be another team's picks. So they have all their 4 for the next 4 years.
done.
Done. I believe they are now going to put it out to everyone. Robo has no movement clause, no trade protection. He can be traded anywhere. So now they will be opening it up to whoever would like to trade for him, knowing full well we're just trading him. We could care less about what he is going to do long term. So if you're the Blackhawks, you inquire. Also, if you're the Blackhawks, do I just pay him an extra $2 or $3 million and let this process run out and sign him when he's a free agent and costing you nothing?
I don't care. Kyle, just get it done. Bring Robo home.
Yeah, this is the stuff you tease about when you're a really bad team.
Bring Robo home.
He's a California kid.
He's mentally
he's here.
Mentally, he's here. He wants to be here. There's a reason he turned down the St. Louis contract.
Well, lots of reasons.
When he said, listen, I like Chicago. I come here.
Yes.
Guys, I think no matter where you are in the world, if that were to happen, you will be able to hear Krusty and I screaming.
Yeah,
Robertson would look so sick on the back of a black alternate jersey.
It would. He's a complete player.
His number's free. He doesn't have to change numbers.
Yeah, and again, are you willing to pay somebody more than you're willing to pay the Beacon of Hope? There's lots of silly stuff out there.
Yes.
I thought we would just be good, and let's just get good and then worry about the rest of it. Maybe us just being good would be enough to keep the Beacon of Hope happy. Yeah. Maybe if the Beacon of Hope were to get playoff games, he would automatically be happy.
I think so.
And as far as the Beacon of Hope, I am a firm believer his camp will not reach out for a while. I believe all of it is contingent on what Leo Carlson does. I think Leo Carlson, they're going to make Anaheim's GM do all the hard work, and then they're going to go in and go, okay, we want a little bit more than him. And the Hawks will pay that. I mean, the thing about the Beacon of Hope, it's not just that he's a phenomenal player on the ice. He fills your arena at all times. He is a centerpiece of hockey. So that was the only other thing.
Final thing with the Robo. In a perfect world.
I always live in a perfect world every day I wake up.
Robo is here.
Yes.
For October.
Yes.
What is your Robo line?
What is my Robo line?
Who do you have him with? For folks that are maybe not Dallas fans, not have not been watching Jason Robertson for a while.
I put him
Where
right on.
do you
I put him right on the Beacon of Hope's wing.
with Kantorov?
I don't know if Kantorov, we've already guaranteed his spot. So, but yeah, if it needs to be with Kantorov, Robertson is an underrated in between the dots player.
Yeah,
he will go
He's
in there.
Underrated in general.
So, he will. Part of his job will be to do a little bit more of the dirty work.
Yeah,
and so that's where I would. I mean, you would have to put him up on the top line.
with Bedard and Kantorov, and then.
But again, you could always just have Frondell center him, and they could feed off each other too. So, and there's multiple positions to put him. You know, there's lots of talk with everybody coming in this and that. You're going to be playing meaningful games with the last 3 weeks of the season. I'm here to tell you right now that if this team stays the way it is, you are not playing meaningful games the last 3 weeks of the season. If Robo were somehow miraculously to come here, I believe you are. And I do believe it's probably going to have to be NASCAR. So that's a tough ask.
Done.
Well, that's twofold. That's also Kyle has no problem getting rid of Stan's picks. Kyle might have a problem of getting rid of Kyle's pick. So that we'll see. But, that's our little teaser for the summer. I would assume the craziness continues to the first day of free agency.
Which we are going to record that night.
What?
We'll record Wednesday night, July 1. So we'll have a bit
more to
report. Wednesday.
I have to check my schedule.
All right. Well, nothing the viewers need to see.
Nothing the viewers need. Viewers, do you want to see my schedule?
His work schedule.
No, yes, my work schedule.
All right, folks.
Okay.
That is our day 2 analysis. It's been a fun triple header on the pod. We've said a lot of feelings. A lot of things have happened. And if one thing we're going to be very excited for is if Robo comes to Chicago. Robo, please, 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 please. That is all. And we will talk at you guys next week.